is coming my way. Wherever I go, hard luck is there to stay. Good luck never stays a day. A bad luck's always coming my way.
For today's grim adventure, we find ourselves in Tenbury Wells, England, where we are visiting the filming location to the 1986 movie, The Worst Witch. No, this isn't the remake of The Worst Witch or the TV show The Worst Witch that I do believe was on Netflix. We're talking about the 1986 made-for-TV movie starring Tim Curry, that every Halloween you see people posting pictures of this movie, stills, including a very famous song that Tim Curry sings here on the church grounds. Well, in all actuality, this place was a school, a music school, like a choir school. But in the movie, it was a school for young witches.
It's not easy being the headmistress of an all-girls witches academy. It's also not easy being the worst witch.
I think we're going to have problems with that one. Which one? Mildred Hubble.
Ethel Hallow is now a frog.
You must be the worst witch in the entire school.
It's turning pink.
The special guest for our Halloween celebrations this year is to be the Grand Wizard.
But there's trouble brewing in the evil witch's cauldron.
By the end of the week, the girls will be busy preparing for their Halloween celebration, and that's when we attack. Take control of the entire academy and turn all those good little girls into mean, horrible, cruel little witches. The following girls have been selected to play for the Cackle Academy's broomstick formation team. Gloria Hobgoblin, Sophie Hattrick, Natalie Sinister, Mildred Hubble.
But Mildred ruins everything.
I was a fool to trust you.
Feeling that she let her whole school down, Mildred runs away and happens upon the evil witches and their evil plan.
No one must escape!
Will Mildred redeem herself as a good witch and come up with a spell to save the school?
Once in a purple moon, there is a special young witch who shines above the rest. Come, Mildred.
Starring Diana Rigg, Charlotte Rae, and Tim Curry as the Grand Wizard.
Hot diggity.
The Worst Witch. It takes more than hocus pocus to be one.
Now this is a very special occasion for us because both Jessica and I absolutely love this movie. And it is filled with so many stars. I mean, Tim Curry, Fairuza Balk, we're gonna be covering it all. Now, we just had a tour of this place to make sure that we can line up as many shots as we possibly can. And let me say this, if we could buy this place, we would, which is funny because a little ghostly bird came down and told us that sometime in the future, this property might be available to buy. Now, Baby Ghoul, you're dressed very witchy. This is something we just picked up in Camden Market. And you got the movie right there. You feeling extra spooky?
Yes.
Yeah? You excited?
I'm feeling a bit like Miss Hardbroom.
Oh, and why is that?
She always wore floor-length, belted dresses a lot. I don't remember if she wore a cloak, but I feel very Miss Hardbroom right now.
You look good.
Thank you.
You ready to go inside?
Yes.
All right, let's do it.
Growing up isn't easy. Scared of every move you make. How much can a young girl take?
Now, before we walk through the building, lining up filming locations, let's take a walk down through the main hallway here. Now, if you've watched the movie, then you know that this looks almost identical. The floor has changed a little bit, but the windows on both sides, the pipes, everything is still the same. This is amazing. Oh man. There's Jessica. Being all witchy.
Oh, you caught me.
You're darn right I caught you.
It's not time for hide and seek yet.
Not yet, not yet. It blows my mind that this place still looks the way that it did when they made the movie. There's been a few different things that have changed over time, but it feels like we're really walking through the movie. Okay, it's time to line up shots.
The movie follows Mildred Hubble, played by Fairuza Balk, as her first year at Mrs. Cackle's academy. And you can kind of guess it from the title. She's not very good. Everything goes wrong. She is the worst witch.
Now, Mildred, what can I do for you?
Miss Hardbroom sent me. I made the wrong potion.
And?
Instead of laughing, I disappeared.
Oh, dear, Mildred. Oh, dear, dear. You must be the worst witch in the entire school.
Right now I'm walking down the stone spiral staircase that can be seen in the movie. And in fact, there are 2 staircases that can be seen. If we wanted to, we can spend the entire day here hitting every single spot. So we're gonna try to go through and just kind of line up the big ones, like the mess hall and potions classroom and the hallway. It's really cool. And then there's the big scene where Tim Curry has his song as the Grand Wizard. They really did film everything here, every nook and cranny. But the very first big scene actually is the potions classroom. And it took place in this room right here. It looks a lot bigger on camera, but in real life it's a lot smaller. Now they would have had all the desks in here, the roof, the ceiling looks the same. The windows, and I think the blinds too. Everything pretty much matches up. But it is in here where their task, their assignment is to make a laughter potion. But the girls, they turn themselves invisible. And, well, that's the first real taste of the worst witch.
Come along, girls, come along. Hurry up. The potion for today is the laughter potion.
Ethel's is pink. Ours is green. Thumbs up. I feel really weird. So do I. It's like I'm not all there. Me too.
And then right in front of these windows right here, they start appearing. You see the famous scene from the movie where you see their heads just kind of floating.
Oh, that's all right. It wasn't your fault anyway. Yes, it was. It was the pondweed that messed everything up. I didn't gather it at midnight. It was sort of after midnight. Oh, Mildred. Sorry.
Now this is fun because we were just watching the movie just to make sure everything lined up. And in the movie, there's all this different furniture and different cauldrons and everything like that. Now Jessica is holding up the scene right here in front of this window where you can see the girls' heads appearing. Basically, baby girl, your head is where Fairuza Balk's head is. Everything matches up. Oh, that is fun. So let's head down to Mrs. Cackle's office. Now what's really interesting about this hallway that Jessica's walking through, if you pay close attention to it in all the hallway scenes, there are like these wooden lockers, these cabinets along that back wall. But they walk into this room right here. You see these windows with these like wooden benches, these little sun benches. And Mrs. Cackle's office, her desk was right over here. And we know this because there's a couple scenes where she's actually looking at Fairuza Balk because she's bad, she's the worst witch. And you can see the door that we just walked through right behind her.
Oh, come in, come in. No, not you, Donna. Sit where you like, Mildred. There.
Another thing that makes this room extra special is how colorful it was. It was a very colorful room inside the academy. Now, if you pay close attention to it, you're going to see a fireplace. The fireplace looks like it was a fake one, and it was situated right in front of these cupboards. But what's really cool is just look at this door. It's the same exact door from the movie. So even though things have changed, a lot of the stuff still is the same.
Now, Mildred, what can I do for you?
When they're talking to Mildred about why she's in Miss Cackle's office in the first place, you actually see this fixture right over her shoulder.
What can I do for you?
Miss Hardbroom sent me. I made the wrong potion.
Right after the scene inside the office, we're back out here in the hallway. They filmed a lot in the hallway. Now what's fun about this, when we walk up this way a little bit, you're going to see these stairs on the right-hand side. So from right about here, this is where Mrs. Cackle and Fairuza Balk's character, Mildred, stop. And you see Donna, the witch Donna, who crashed through a window. She installed a phone, I think it was, on her broom. And they have a little talk right here. And then you see the girls running up the steps. And it's kind of misty, and Mildred just kind of runs down the hallway.
Oh, dear, dear, dear. I had a little accident, but I'm okay. Bye. Hey, Auntie. Sorry about the window.
All right, girls, back to your studies. Mildred, run along. My Donna.
I'm sorry, I should correct myself. It's not smoke or mist, it's dust because of the broom accident. We were having a bit of a hard time trying to track down where in this building they had the girls' dormitory. And I think we got it. So right here, there's a couple steps that go down to 2 rooms. And they kind of match up. Now, Jessica, you were just watching the scene, seeing if everything matches up. What did you find?
Well, I think I solved our confusion of why we couldn't locate the dormitories at first because, movie magic, they use 2 rooms. The rooms are side by side to each other. The other one next door is off limits, but they did film more in this room than they did in the next one. And you can tell by the window here.
So some of the stained glass has changed over time, which is expected, but you can see these windows, like the cutouts in the movie whenever the girls are talking in the dormitory.
What? Yes. Can I talk to you? Yes. I've got a problem. What problem? Specifically. I just think I'll never make it as a witch.
And there used to be it was fake at the time, but there was a radiator they had put here, so it was covering part of the window. And the ceiling is the same. And even this little cutout here, where Miss Harbroom is standing, just like this, talking down to the girls because they were talking about her behind her back.
Now you pointed out the ceiling, so whenever she's doing this,
you're able to see the ceiling.
You can see the ceiling, and you can see how there's these grooves right here, and it looks like in the movie they're painted black.
Is that so? I would think, after your disastrous performances today, you should hardly be spreading disgusting gossip about matters which do not concern you.
Now let's go take a look at the dining hall. Now, we did say that this at one point was a school. It was a choir school, and it's been shut for quite some time. And a lot of the rooms are actually used as storage now, like this one here that we're standing at. There's actually Christmas and holiday decorations. Now, the dining scene. This is pretty freaking amazing because I don't think many people get to stand up here. Right where you were standing, Baby Ghoul, in the movie is where Mrs. Cackle was standing. And down here, I'm going to point the camera down, and we're going to go down there in just a moment. This is where all the young witches, the student witches, were standing looking up. This is insane. I can't believe we're here.
Good morning, girls.
Good morning, Miss Cackle.
Begin.
I can't believe I'm standing in the middle of the great dining hall from The Worst Witch. Like many of you guys, I've watched this movie over the course of my entire life, starting from when I was very young. So being here, being in this room specifically, has me a little emotional. Happy tears. They're happy tears.
Jessica hit the nail on the head. Standing here is pretty surreal. I mean, this movie is amazing. Now, of course, right up there on that balcony, that's where we were just standing whenever we were introduced this scene. Mrs. Cackle and the other faculty are up there. And it's funny that we mentioned that this was a choir school at one point, because in this scene, we get a song. The girls are down here singing.
Wouldn't you know it, while the girls are singing their school alma mater song, You get introduced to the evil twin.
The outside of this place is just as beautiful as the inside. I mean, look at this. Now, like I said, whenever the girls were inside the dining hall singing, the evil twin sister, I can never remember her name. We're just going to call her the Facts of Life lady. Her and her friend were standing right outside this door, listening, doing a little eavesdropping. And what we find very interesting, they kind of set dressed this door. So up there towards the top, you can see the cross. There was a star and a bat whenever they made the movie. And then there was like these little like crosses on the door itself, but it all happened right here.
There used to be giant unicorns here too.
Oh, that's right, the unicorns.
Yeah, they were great.
Just listen to them, Delilah. How dare they? They've changed my school song.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. We're late for assembly.
Going to take a moment to appreciate this room because I think this room was where they filmed the most. Several different scenes of the morning where they sang choir. A couple times they were eating lunch or dinner. And at the very end, Tim Curry is standing right about where I'm standing right now. And as you start to look down this way, the room is full of all the girls lined up on both sides. Mildred Hubble, Fairuza Balk, slowly enters the door down here, and as she does, they do this beautiful close-up, and you see these windows on either side of her, and they're right here, still intact. It's gorgeous.
Come, Mildred.
So she would have been standing about here.
Yeah, they're the same.
Mm-hmm. I'm geeking out a little bit. I'm geeking out.
Yeah?
Yeah. When I was watching the movie as a kid, you see all these little tiny cubby doors, and I always wanted to know what was inside. This one you see a lot, and it's actually for the electronics. So it's marked off, can't go in.
As a real treat, throughout this video, we're going to share a few different promo shots that were taken whenever they made the movie. The first one being right here in this room. Now, in the movie, it looks like the stage that they were standing on was a little bit taller, but pretty much right where Jessica is standing, you can see everybody standing posing for a picture right here. Now, wait a second. When we pose for pictures, what do we do?
Rawr.
Spooky hands. That's fun. Oh my word. Look at all this woodwork. Now, if you're wondering where we are now in the movie, we're now in the library. And a very fun scene happened right over here in this corner, right where Jessica is standing. Now, in the movie, the staircase that you see right behind Jessica wasn't here. But you see those doors to the left-hand side of your screen? Those were. In this scene, the girls are lining up in here and they're getting ready to play a game of, well, before I get started, if you remember at the very beginning of this video, Jessica was playing hide and go seek. What were they playing in this movie, Baby Ghoul?
In the movie, it is called Terror Tag, and the object is to scare each other for points.
And what happens a lot in this game?
Screaming.
It's a better version of hide and go seek.
Yeah.
You're sure you know how to play terror tag? Everyone knows how to play terror tag.
The object of the game is to try and scare the other girls.
Oh, we know.
I shall keep the score. Every girl you make scream counts as 1 point for your team.
Of course, Mildred, again, someone cheats and uses a mask. It's prohibited against the rules. But it's a famous scene that you see her screaming over and over, and the point chart is flipping because that's how they won.
That was Mildred Hubble. A point to the red. Mildred Hubble again. Scream from dawn undercover. First point to the blues.
ready for this? This is gonna blow your mind. Now just imagine all of these shelves had books on them. There were some promo shots for the movie. Shots that people share every Halloween of Tim Curry all dressed all debonair. He's got that Tim Curry smile. He was standing in front of these bookcases. Mind officially blown. This little corridor is the updated bathrooms. But back whenever they made the movie, it looked a little bit different down here. Jessica's facing what would have been the sinks, and that window at the very end has changed quite a bit as well. But if we walk out this room, after the last scare with the mask, you can see this little part of the hallway right here. I love it. We need to play this game more often. We should have a Grim Life Collective version of this game. So this is a bit of a fun scene. From right about here, you see Fairuza Balk standing in the center of the hallway, the wooden cabinets on both sides, and I always love this. There is a no broom sign on one of them right about there next to this doorway. And this is where we get where she says the incantation to turn the cheater into a frog, but she actually turns her into a pig.
Ethel Hallow will disappear to croak and swim in yonder bog. Ethel Hallow is now a fraud. Why? Look!
The shot of Mildred sitting in the hallway talking to Ethel, who's now a pig. She's telling her, please don't be so sensitive, was pretty much right about here. Everything matches up. The doors at the very end are now glass. Those have changed. The pipes are still the same. The windows. Oh yeah. The carpet's no longer here. Instead, it's got like this tile, but this is it.
Ethel, I know how you must feel, but please don't be so sensitive.
Now I know what you're all waiting for. Tim Curry's big number. But I'm sorry to inform you, we're going to save that until last. But right up this little walkway here to the right behind the building is where it happened. Again, we're going to point it out. But before we do that, we have a flying lesson to attend to. We're going to learn how to fly brooms. Well, not really, but in the movie, this is where they did that.
The first years will take their kittens and train them to balance on their broomsticks.
Now we just found this out, that this little walkway is called a cloister. And basically they are fancy walkways to go to church. Now, in the movie, you can see Mildred and her friend walking in front of this, getting ready for their flying lesson. Basically, what they're doing is they got to teach their black cats, the kittens, how do I say it? Balance on the brooms. And when they do that, this entire scene took place right here on the outside of the building. That's the building that we were just in. You can see the scaffolding. I mean, renovations need to happen. You got to preserve things. But also in this scene, you see the teacher, Mrs. Spellbinder, fly in from the right-hand side, right down to pretty much right where Jessica is. And the girls are down here. And she's wearing red, Mrs. Spellbinder. This is fun.
I'm wearing fashionable black.
You are wearing fashionable black.
On Wednesdays, we wear black.
What's that?
And every day, we wear black.
Morning, girls.
Are you ready for your flying lesson?
I'm ready. Where's my cat?
You have an imaginary cat. Are you going to pretend to fly?
I'll try.
All right, let's see it. Hold on, let me get into position. All right.
Gotta hold your broomstick, grab it firmly, and kick off.
Wait, how'd that go?
Broomstick, kick off.
That's perfect.
That's hard.
Very well done. Very well done.
Better luck this time, Tab. You made it, Mill. You're up. Amazing, isn't it? I feel right at home.
Oh, come on. You can't tell me that this isn't amazing, right? If you haven't seen this movie, you need to see this movie. And now, are you flying over here?
I'm flying.
Without further ado, we give you Tim Curry. Green hair, like her, and a tambourine. Wait, has anybody seen my tambourine?
Has anybody seen my tambourine?
Now for this, we have to walk down to the lower level of the property and look up at the building. Now, what's also fun about this, we think that this is where the evil witches had their scene, down here as well off to the right. You can see this forest line off to the right-hand side of your screen. So we're gonna check that out. You having fun with your twirling with your jacket?
Yes. Thank you for asking.
Now picture this. It's nighttime. All of the witch students are down here in the field where I am standing right now, and they're waiting for the Grand Wizard, Tim Curry, to show up. Starting to look familiar yet? The back side of the school. Now what's really fun about this, and I'm gonna wait until we get to right about the right spot, almost looking directly at it. From right about there, that's perfect. So not only is this the opening shot of the movie, but it's also the big Tim Curry scene. Now, the part that lights up with the pumpkin is actually the bell tower. So it starts up there, and then you see the pumpkin face right here. And then just to the right of the building, you see like a firework explosion, and Tim Curry in this giant drapery of a cape comes flying down, and he performs this amazing song. The scene where Tim Curry's like standing on a stage and there's like this wrought iron fencing or whatever, that's not here. They brought that in, but it was also taken from right here. You can see the slope leading up to the school.
Remember, girls, show the world. Let them know it's Halloween.
I wouldn't change places with anyone tonight.
I'm talking an amazing song.
Anything can happen on Halloween.
Right? I can't believe we're standing here. This is insane. Go ahead, give us another verse of the song, baby. You've been singing it all day.
I don't know it in order though. The gist of it is, anything can happen on Halloween. Your hair can turn green.
Which yours did, obviously.
You can turn into a bat.
Yeah.
Has anybody seen my tambourine?
I can't get over that.
It's a lot of bad rhyming, let's be honest. But it's a popular song. Every Halloween it's shared all over the internet.
Jessica's over here trying to find the scene where the witches, the evil witches, are in the woods and they do their little song and dance. I can't believe that we are here. Now, we walked this entire place trying to see if we can figure out where the evil witches were standing. And we think we got it. There's only one place back here that kind of matches up. Now think about it. It only makes sense. Imagine all of your cast back here. You got cameras back here. You're filming on the left-hand side of the building. This little spot right over here underneath this bare tree looks to be the only place. And there's a little elevated area over here. This looks like it's the only place where they could have actually filmed this.
Shut up!
Let's get back here. Get underneath all these bushes. Yeah, we're gonna go with this. 100%. Baby Ghoul, we have done some amazing filming locations, now worldwide. And a few of them really hit home. Like this one here, we both grew up with this movie. Like every Halloween in the United States, they play this movie. We recently found out that it actually didn't make it to Germany. We have German friends and they're like, what are you talking about? So hopefully this changes that. Now, I have to ask you, walking through the halls of the Witch Academy, Was it everything you thought it was going to be?
It was everything I thought it was going to be, and more than that. This place is a time capsule. It's so perfectly preserved, and it's so beautiful. I never thought in my dizziest daydreams that I would ever set foot on this property, and I'm having a moment.
With that being said, thank you for joining us on another grim adventure, this time to the world of the worst witch. Until next time, happy Halloween.
Wherever I come, bad luck just comes my way. Wherever I go, hard luck is there to stay. Good luck never stays a day. Bad luck's always coming my way.